fight.
Robert Whittaker in the black, Kelvin Gastelum in the white. Whittaker a -260 favorite after back-to-back impressive victories over Darren Till and Jared Cannonier in 2020. Big right cross to start things.
Yeah, nice counter right straight away by Robert Whittaker. Very, very sharp. Well, that was a nice kick.
First time back in a main event for Kelvin Gastelum since November of 2017.
This is what Robert's very good at. He gets in and out so fast. Very, very fast footwork. But we're seeing Kelvin seems to have a higher sense of urgency in his movement. You know, he's often very plodding, laid back, just kind of like take it as it comes and then explodes. But we're seeing here, as I say, the movement. He looks like he's up for this one.
I'm loving how Gastelum's pressuring, and we're seeing Whittaker land 2 nasty shots moving backwards already. And that's what makes Whittaker different, is he can punch backwards on his back foot and punch moving forward.
Heavy leather between these gentlemen.
Yeah, both guys, big punching power. Pretty even in that regard, I would say. Gastelum's probably got the heavier wrestling, however, it's probably irrelevant because the takedown defense, wow! Look at that. That's his best combination. The 1-2 and the right high kick afterwards, and Kelvin Gastelum is hurt.
That's that right high kick you got to watch for against southpaws, and Whittaker does it better than anybody. He's going to keep firing that left. There it is, and follow it. And now he's following with that left hook. And he has Kelvin's timing. He has Kelvin's speed already.
Well, he also has Kelvin hurt. You can see it. You can see the look in the eyes. Gastelum's not quite there, and Whittaker right now is cruising. He's successful. He's finding the mark. He's got the timing. This is a fantastic start for Robert Whittaker.
Oh, Gastelum slipped and ripped.
Nice
Whittaker
takedown.
used it for a takedown.
And that was because we saw Kelvin leap in with the right hand, and they gave the double underhook from Whittaker.
Well, we saw Whittaker's teammate Jacob Malkoon put together a wrestling clinic. So they've been working a lot of wrestling. Now postures up, ground and pound.
Straight to half guard, keeping Kelvin flat on his back. And this is where Kelvin's not really trying to get to a hip. He's kind of chilling out here, squeezing. You want to see him get to his right elbow and his right hip and get that leg out of half guard. Left foot, you want to get that left knee across the belly of Whittaker to create some space.
Yeah, he's got to get off his back. You never want to have both of your shoulders firmly on the canvas, and that's what we're seeing right now. Whittaker obviously is giving a lot of downward pressure, causing him to be there, but Kelvin's got to get on his side. He's going to underhook the left arm, which he's trying to there, then get on his right shoulder and start building a base to get back to his feet, but Whittaker with downward pressure. An excellent takedown earlier, a good head kick, stung him with a few right hands. It's a great opening round for Robert.
Kelvin's got to get his legs involved in this situation from half guard. He's got to use his legs to create space from Whittaker and then get his arms in the underhooks, and that will give him more success. But right now his feet are flat on the floor, and he's only using his upper body to fight this half guard position, and that's why he's flat on his back. Underhooks right now, and like I said, getting those knees involved. Right now you're seeing Kelvin get that lockdown on the shin of Whittaker, and that's a jiu-jitsu lockdown to keep people from passing. But right now, you almost might want Whittaker to pass so you can maybe work your way up to your feet, because Kelvin's not really looking for submissions here, and he's probably not going to land a lot of ground and pound here either.
Yeah, the lockdown, as you mentioned, it stops people passing guard. You can use it to set up some sweeps and things, but as to your point, he's using it mainly as a, you know, to keep him at bay, keep him where he is. That's what Kelvin needs to do. He's got to, you know, he's got to move. He's got to get on his side. He's got to push for the fence, wall walk, whatever. Right now, he's just accepting this position. I mean, there's not much point getting up now anyway, because he's got 20 seconds left to the end of the round.
Never want to finish the round on your back.
Oh, this is a huge start for Robert Whittaker, though. I mean, close to a 10-8 round, I would say.
Final 10 seconds of round number one. Gastelum trying to apply the pressure, but a big first 5 minutes for the former champion. Round 2 coming.
Got some replays for you. You see the jab. He leaps in heavy with the jab, and you think the right's coming, but the head kick follows, and that hurts Kelvin right there. And a nice follow-up left hook lands for him on the way out of a combination as well. Whittaker landing some heavy shots.
Gastelum back off the stool, bouncing on his toes, though. Whittaker knew and said all week the tough challenge he had in front of him. The tough challenge that was to be 2 years ago. But a big first 5 minutes for Whittaker. Gastelum starts with a combination, swinging big.
Yeah, see, this is what we might see, because Kelvin knows he's got some ground to make up. He lost that first round, so he's going to be compelled, you know, to try and make up ground in this second round. However, by doing so, by getting desperate, might leave himself open to counters, you know, maybe another head kick, whatever. But this is a better start so far.
We saw Kelvin shoot a head on the outside single, and what did Whittaker do? He pushed his head right to the inside, stuffed the single leg. Good defense by Whittaker there. And what's interesting to me is Kelvin's coming forward, but Whittaker's been hitting him on his way into the pocket. And so now you're seeing Kelvin second guess when he wants to throw. But he's coming.
Nice bit of distance control there from Whittaker. Dodges.
Nice job. See that? Boom. Stuck it out, found the mark. A nice bit of impact.
His jab sets up his left hook, and that right teep kick sets up, that teep kick right there sets up his right high kick following his right hand being Whittaker. That's how he hides his big, significant strikes, is with those little pokes that he throws, a jab and the teep kicks.
Kelvin definitely doing better this round. But still, defensively, Robert is doing very well. He's moving out of the way of the combinations, firing back some nice counters. But Kelvin is finding the mark on occasion, though.
Oh, yeah.
And that left hand is dangerous, but look at that, fantastic.
Takedown.
Same takedown as in round 1, and just got it with almost no resistance. Perfect timing.
He's timing the left hand of Kelvin, getting underneath to double underhooks, and then sweeping it. Sweeping the legs, beautiful.
Gastelum right back to his feet. 2 minutes in round number 2. Score another takedown, though, for Whittaker.
There's that hook. He sticks him with the jab, and then when Kelvin keeps pushing in, the counter hook comes.
For Robert, it's the footwork, though. He just gets out of the way, but not too far so that he's not in range to land his own shots. Really, really nice footwork from Robert. And then another right-hand stick there.
And when the right hand starts landing, that's what's going to allow the kick to land. When the kick lands, that's what sets up the right hand. All Whittaker's weapons complement the next strike that he's going to throw. Ooh. And that's not to say Kelvin's not doing the right things. I mean, grabbing the leg, setting up shots, moving in, double jabbing in to a left hand. These are all the right things to do. Whittaker is just doing a good job sliding out just out of the way of Kelvin's really big shots.
Yeah, and listen, Robert's just so technically perfect right now. Every time Kelvin throws that big left hand, Robert's got his right hand there protectively. He uses the footwork for evasive maneuvers. He uses the footwork to get in there nice and fast and land his shots. And then he's not there to be seen for the counter. So really solid night's work so far for Robert.
Ooh, that check hurt. He checked that kick of Kelvin right there. Kelvin ate that.
Gastelum still pressuring here. See the damage mounting on the face of Gastelum as Whittaker continues to find his spots and pick him from the outside.
I mean, he's got Whittaker bloody too. Kelvin's definitely connecting.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This second round's more of a fight. First round was huge for Robert Whittaker. Fantastic way to start the night. But Kelvin's closing the distance in terms of the lead that Robert has. However, Robert's still firmly in the lead, but Kelvin's playing catch up a little bit.
Significant strikes in round number 2. Whittaker with the edge here.
And Kelvin's doing a good job heading off Whittaker, not chasing him. You see how he kind of waits, he backs back up to the center and then gets out in front. He's just not able to get past that educated lead hand of Whittaker, which is setting up his right hand and his right kick.
Stiff jab from Whittaker once again.
And another thing worth mentioning is it's just the speed difference of Robert's hands. Of everything, in fact. You know, I mean, speed is... I'll take speed over power any day of the week.
That's why you don't want these hands, Bisping.
Okay, Dominic.
Nice double underhooks by Whittaker there.
Body kick on the way out. Final 10 seconds of round 2.
Nice check.
Another big round for the Australian.
Well, let's take a look at some of this work. There's Robert Whittaker, a solid jab, finds the mark. Once again, just steps back out of the way, boom, pumps out that left hand. There's a right hand this time that snaps back the head of Kelvin. And there's another jab. I mean, the speed and the defensive movements of Robert are just too much for Kelvin right now.
Credit to Gastelum. He's taken some big shots, and he's never stopped bouncing and swinging big and really applying the pressure as well.
He really hasn't slowed him down, you're right, man. I mean, he's right in this. This is not even close to over.
3 rounds left if he gets that far.
Hey, but listen, I'll tell you firsthand, Kelvin's got some heavy hands, so this fight ain't over, and he's got a will to win. And we're still only in 3 rounds, the 3rd round, 2 more to go after this, so still 3 rounds of action left. But Robert just looks so good, not even breathing heavy. I mean, he always prepares, and he's always professional.
Oh, man, found a home for that big left, and then it was that inside leg kick that got to the groin.
Take your time. You have fun. You ready to go? Okay, watch it, okay? Let's go.
Not a direct hit, so a touch of the gloves and quickly back underway.
Good sportsmanship by these gentlemen.
Oh!
I mean, we're seeing Kelvin get those hands up just in time. That is so nice, his defense on that kick. He sees it, and he's returning it.
Yeah, but will he be able to do that in rounds 4 and round 5 or later in this round as he gets more tired? As I say, Robert still looks like at the start of the fight, but that's a good left.
Gastelum has Whittaker on the run a little bit.
Kelvin's hitting him more in this 3rd round than he did in the first 2. He's getting reads, too. A lot of fight left here. Ooh-wee, that was hard. I mean, he doesn't show any of his punches. No load for Whittaker.
We saw Gastelum early in the 1st round too, Dom. Use that inside leg kick that really opens it up since he's southpaw going against an orthodox fighter.
Yes, sir. He nailed it. Trying to pull that lead leg out of Whittaker so he can follow up with his left hand.
Well, Robert's just using way more variety as well. You see the amount of kicks. Kelvin's throwing the occasional kick here and there, and when he has done that, he's found success. But look at that again. The hand speed of Robert is, and the technicality of when he throws them, so good.
Another blitz forward by Gastelum.
Yeah, Kelvin's corner's saying he needs to move forward. They're trying to keep Whittaker on his heels so that he can't throw those leg kicks and he can't follow up his hands with the kicks. If you keep Whittaker moving back, you take away some of his weapons, but he's still very slick moving backwards as well.
And Robert's controlling the footwork as well. For the most part, it's him controlling the outside territory with the feet, and that's allowing him to get off to his left every time. Every time Kelvin comes in, Robert escapes to the left, and look at that. Defends 1, fires back with 3. Defends 1, fires back with 3 again. Beautiful work.
It's Gastelum still controlling the center of the octagon. Oh, heavy combination there from KG. Final 2 minutes, round number 3.
Well, we said this fight was going to be good, and I got to say, this is outstanding. I mean, this is great action. Both guys swinging with everything they've got, high output, and it's so technical. I mean, this is high-level mixed martial arts.
And each of these fighters will tout their skills in all area of mixed martial arts, but we've largely seen it on the feet, a striking matchup after a couple of takedowns early from Whittaker.
Kelvin needs more variety. He's being too predictable with the left hand. Everything about his game so far is trying to set up the left hand, where Robert is, you know, is a bit more a bit more diverse in his approach. More attacks, more weapons, using good jabs, evasive footwork when he needs it. Obviously throwing in those head kicks, nice 1-2s. I mean, that got a good reaction out of Kelvin.
Yeah, I noticed too. Whittaker's peeking in the punches and kicks in between Kelvin's loaded shots. So Kelvin will load like that double jab, haul in, and we're seeing Whittaker land on his way in over and over too.
Ooh, that one hurt.
Significant strikes in round 3 are dead even.
Ooh, that's a hard shot right there, that kick.
I'll tell you what, Robert's got some pop.
Scramble here after Whittaker caught the kick.
It's your time right here. It's your time right here. 15 seconds.
1, 2, 3.
Look at that. I mean, come on.
Just slick.
Slick is the word. And that's what it's all about, you know? Having the rhythm, having the skill. Let's take a look at this. Another round of sensational action with Kelvin pushing forward there, finding the mark, having a little bit more success, but the speed and the combinations and the diversity of strikes that Robert using, just too much once again. That jab really sent Kelvin knocking back. And towards the end of that round there, Kelvin was starting to get a little wobbly on his feet.
4th round underway.
Kelvin still looks fresh, though.
Oh, a little bit of dirty boxing. Whittaker with a heavy elbow on the way out.
2 rounds left. Still got 10 minutes left, too, so he should look fresh right now.
Yeah, but that was a nice start. Went for the single leg, landed an elbow. But it seems for every one that Kelvin lands, Robert's landing 2 or 3 every single time.
Yep, I was just going to say that.
I think like you've been pointing out, Bisping, it's really a lot of it is that footwork. The footwork of Whittaker is just really creating the space he needs, allowing him to get the shots in and out. Even moving backwards, he's able to land. Moving forward, he's able to land. And he's able to set up his kicks with the footwork, too.
Oh, flying knee from Whittaker on the way in. To your point, Michael, just such a diverse array of skills shown by Whittaker throughout these 4 rounds, 3+ rounds.
And the crazy thing for Robert Whittaker is that he's only 30 years old still. I mean, this man's been doing this for a long time, fighting at the highest level for years and years, but still a young man in his prime. And I would say so far, I don't know, maybe this is a bold statement, but I think this is the best performance we've seen of him. He looks sensational tonight.
Yeah, I'd agree with you, Bisping. He's made a lot of adjustments in all the little things, like even that low kick. He's setting up that low kick because the high kick's been landing. That high kick set up because the low kicks are everything like we've been talking about is complementing each shot, and he's picking his shots very well.
Nice one.
Oh, nice uppercut.
Ooh, he's just quicker.
Man, heavy combination.
He's just a little bit, a touch quicker than Kelvin right now.
Exactly. You know, and
Just a touch quicker.
Some blood coming from the ear of Gastelum now. Partly because of those.
probably because of those. And the punches and the kicks and the knees.
And a bit of everything. Short left hook on the way out from Gastelum, though.
Hey, but listen, you've got to respect Gastelum because this is a tough night at the office, but he's still pushing forward. He's still, you know, got the desire to win. He's still walking through and eating all of these shots, but still walking him down, still trying to get his own shots off. And for that, as I say, you have to respect that man.
He's eating a lot of shots, and he's trying to figure it out right now as the puzzle of Whittaker.
Keep.
There's a right hand for him.
Esse não open, get the terceiro soco. Faz o terceiro. 2 e o 3. Vamos dar reset, Rock. 2 e o 3.
Good jab there.
Be tired in 7 minutes. Ready for the rock. Be tired in 7 minutes.
90 seconds to go, round 4. Gastelum's going to give up size on pretty much everybody in this middleweight division, especially in the top 10. And that's part of the puzzle, right, Dom, to get close enough to land those power shots against a guy like Whittaker.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as you work in, you see that Whittaker just slides his feet back and lands a right hand, slides his feet back, lands a hook, slides his feet back, lands a jab. And if he's standing in front of you, then he'll go leg kick, body kick, hit kick. I mean, it's striking 101, southpaw versus conventional strikers.
They're all gunning for the champion, Israel Adesanya.
There it is. That's what he's been looking for. But, man, this man is hard to hold down, too. So even if you get a takedown, he doesn't let you execute on it.
And I wonder what the champ is thinking right now, because Israel Adesanya, you can bet the house on it that he's sat at home watching this right now with great interest, of course. I mean, if you look at what he did to Robert Whittaker, you know, he made it look easy. But this, I would say, is a new, improved version. And after this performance, of course, fight isn't over yet, and Gastelum's still trying. But you got to think, if it continues like this, we're going to see a rematch of Whittaker versus Adesanya in the near future. And I, for one, I'm buying that ticket.
Yeah.
I agree, Bisping. And one of the things that's really changed is he's not lunging forward with his hook or his right hand, which is exactly what got him in trouble with Adesanya. He's not making those mistakes.
5th and final round. Robert Whittaker and Kelvin Gastelum. A fight years in the making. We all wanted to see. It's been a master class on the feet so far from the former champion Robert Whittaker. Kelvin Gastelum always has a puncher's chance if he's in there, blitzing forward.
And Kelvin knows he has to knock him out, and he is not even close to broken. You're going to see 100% of Kelvin in this round. Let's see what Whittaker can do with his footwork and his slickness so far in this round, too.
Keep busy, Rock. Keep busy, man. Let's go.
I mean, this really has been a showcase performance for Whittaker. The only thing that can top it off is to get a finish in the 5th round. But of course, listen, I'll say it again, Gastelum, you know, you can't rest on your laurels. You can't think this fight has already won, because he's a dangerous man. A dangerous, dangerous man with heavy hands. And as we see, he's still trying to win this fight. He hasn't given up. Whittaker has beaten him every single round, but he hasn't beaten him mentally. Gastelum's still there, still trying to win. Still trying to claw back a victory from the jaws of defeat.
He's got 4 minutes to do it. Whittaker continues to circle. And against a fighter as smart as Robert Whittaker, too, it's going to be tough to track him down and land that power shot, right?
Yeah, it's the feet. The feet are really causing problems. It's the way that Whittaker moves. And see how he's always hopping on his feet light, like he's jumping rope the whole time.
Keep moving. Don't let him set, Rock. Keep throwing the jab. Keep throwing the jab. You can always scream from here, Rock.
You see Kelvin slowed down now as well, whereas Whittaker is still as fresh as in the 1st round.
Ooh, heavy left hook.
Another combination from Whittaker. Gastelum counter right.
And the side-to-side movement, that right there, that's what's causing issues for Kelvin to be able to find him, is how he just circle, circle, circle. He's not staying in a straight line for Kelvin to use his power and attack down the center.
Oh, man, that caught the chin, that front kick.
Everything sets everything up with him. Very clean.
Let's go, Rock. The jab in the right.
1-2 from Gastelum. Whittaker out of range. Perhaps a takedown to salt this away on the ground.
That's how you do it. That's how you mix things up. Catch him off guard, snag that single leg, And look at the 0 resistance because the timing was perfect. And that's what Kelvin hasn't been able to do for 5 rounds. And that just seals it. That just seals it. I mean, is he going to keep him down here for the rest of the round? I don't know. But is he going to win the fight? 100%.
And that was only a second shot in 25 minutes, so that's how you hide your shots. I mean, he got full respect. He got Kelvin trying to find him on the feet. He had so many issues striking that the takedown setup was just simplistic.
Yeah, because obviously Kelvin's having a tough time. He's getting his head boxed up. He's getting his head kicked in, you know, so he's not thinking about defending takedowns. He's thinking about defending his face. Robert switches it up. He's got heavy downward pressure here. Passes to Mount almost. Oh, good shot.
The shot wants to keep Gastelum here for the final minute. Hops on the back. Desperation time for Gastelum now.
Trying to get Mount. Stays on top. And the impressive thing, if you look at Robert, I mean, he knows he can step off the gas tank at any time and cruise to a victory, but he's trying to get a finish.
Whittaker busted up a bit over these 25 minutes. Speaks to the power of both of these guys. Back to the mat they go.
Both hooks in, double underhooks. This is where it looks like, you know, we're going to see Kelvin peel out on the mat, try to switch position, but it's looking like Whittaker's got a pretty strong statement here.
20 seconds, man. 20 seconds. Just hold position. Just hold. Go top again. Nice work.
I mean, Robert is just one step ahead in every single transition. That was a masterpiece. That was truly a masterpiece, and I can't wait for the rematch with Adesanya.
Agreed.
Well, we'll see what's next at the top of the middleweight division, but Robert Whittaker showing off all the skills over 5 rounds tonight with Kelvin Gastelum for the official decision. One final time, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges score this contest 50-45 for the winner by unanimous decision, Robert the Reaper Whittaker.